Hello, it's Andrine, a Jewish American priestess, and today I'm bringing the reading for the full moon of Av, also known as Tu B'Av, the holiday of love. It's considered Jewish Valentine's Day. And today I'm going to bring you a reading based on these flowers. Sometimes we give flowers when we're feeling love toward a person. And so I have 3 different flowers here, and you're welcome to choose one or more to give you a reading for your Tu B'Av full moon in Leo in this month, as we transition from the grandiosity of the moon into a more waning moon. We also have the season of Leo that's happening right now, and I guess Jupiter is doing something big in Leo. So a lot of big stuff coming up right now, and because it's Tu B'Av, I want to celebrate love right now. So we're going to give you 3 flowers to choose from. We have the Black-Eyed Susan, the pinkish red rose, and the daisy. So this will be number 1. This will be number 2, and this will be number 3. 1 Black-Eyed Susan, 2 Rose, 3 Daisy. Choose whichever flower feels appropriate for you. Then we'll do some Hebrunes readings and maybe pull out a card as well. And see what's up for you regarding love in this coming month, starting with this full moon in the month of Av. I'll put the timestamps down below, and I will see you in your separate readings. Welcome, flower number 1. Those of you who chose the Black-Eyed Susan. I love these flowers. This one is perfectly imperfect. You'll see one of its petals is sort of crunched around, but it's still perfect in its imperfection. And the Black-Eyed Susan represents resilience. They tend to grow near roadsides and when the soil is disturbed. And they return every year. They reseed themselves. So there's something about resilience that is impacting this love for you this month in the Black-Eyed Susan. And I also read that the Black-Eyed Susan represents justice, which is appropriate because the planet Jupiter, which is in Leo right now, I guess, is also named Tzedek, which means justice in Hebrew. So let's pull out some Hebrunes. We're going to do 3 today and see what else is up for love in this moment in your life. Starting at the top, we have the letter Zayin. In the center, we have the letter Kaf. And at the bottom, we have the letter Chet. Okay, so starting at the top in these readings with the 3 Hebrunes, what I'd like to do is the current situation, our fear or challenge, and our outcome or advice. So at the top we have the letter Zayin, and this is in the position of what is our current situation. And Zayin is the letter that represents a sword or a scepter. So it's about sovereignty. It's about being able to grasp your own sense of sovereignty in the situation. It is the letter that's affiliated with the day of Shabbat. It's the number 7, so 7th day of creation, which is Saturday, and the day of Shabbat. And because of that, it's related to the Shekhinah, the Shabbat bride, the one who comes and is present with us during Shabbat. And Shabbat is all about rest. So we're right now resting in our sovereignty. We are resilient and feeling triumphant, perhaps, in our ability to claim what is rightfully ours by grabbing that sword or scepter. And because Zayin is a number 7, also it has this sense of magic or luck that comes with it. It is this sense of resting and really grasping what is already ours, our inherent sovereignty, and bringing about our own luck, because we know how to do that, because by claiming our own power, by claiming our own authority, we have the ability to grasp that scepter and to rely on the indwelling one, the indwelling presence of the divine feminine, in particular that will give us that sense of our own ownership of whatever this love is for you, being resilient, being long-lasting, and returning again and again every week, just like Shabbat. So that's where you are right now, this beautiful sense of sovereignty in your life, in your relationship, in your love. And that, again, doesn't have to be a romantic love. It could be a love between you and yourself. It could be a love between you and the divine. And this is the letter that's connected to the month of Sivan, which is the month that we receive Torah. So there's something about receiving teaching or truth, and that lightning bolt, that power that shoots down from above, that gives us inspiration and that sense of enlightenment that comes. And I love that with the Black-Eyed Susan, that it's, you know, so bright and so shining here above us like the sun in this moment. In the center of your reading, in that position of what is the fear or challenge right now, we have the letter Kaf. And Kaf is said to be the palm of a hand. And it can be the palm of the hand of the divine who is lifting us up, but it can also be a sense of oppression. It can be a palm of a hand that's pushing down. This is something that covers the head. So it's the first letter of the word Keter, which means crown, but it's also could be the sense of somebody being oppressive by pressing down on your head. So there may be some kind of power imbalance here. It's the first letter of the word Koach, meaning power. So there might be something that's challenging right now about a power dynamic or a power imbalance that's coming in. And that's something to be aware of. It is about, because it's the palm of the hand, it's about giving and receiving. So one way to think about this in relationship, and particularly in love relationship, is how are you showing up to give, and how are you being able to receive from whomever you are exchanging with? Making sure that you are not overextending yourself, and that you are being willing and able to receive what is given to you. So try to be aware of that power dynamic, whether one of you is giving too much, whether you're not giving enough or the other person is not giving enough. Maybe you're giving too much. So don't be oppressed by the relationship. Don't be oppressed by love right now. Let it come to you. The Kaf is also the sun in the sky. It's the letter that rules over the sun in the sky. And we're in the midst of the heat of the summer where I am. And again, the sunflower, this it's not quite a sunflower, but it's a Black-Eyed Susan that shines like the sun. So the sun can be also oppressive. It's a beautiful, life-giving thing, like love. But be aware of the oppression. Make sure that you are sheltered. Make sure that you are allowing the divine hand to shelter you with its shade, and not spending too much time in the bright, bright sun so that you end up being burned. It is affiliated with the strength card in my reading of the tarot as they relate to the Hebrunes. So there is that idea of strength and power and sun that comes with the strength card. And again, the strength card is all often associated with Leo. So that Leo energy, this leonine looking flower, in fact, is here. And there may be danger, right? So the lion is beautiful and the lion is strong and powerful, but it also can present danger. So just be aware that you have the power in the sovereignty in this situation. And our final letter in this reading is the Chet. And the Chet is the outcome, advice, or how things will turn out if we let them continue. And Chet is great for that because it's the letter that begins the word Chai, meaning life. So it's the number 8 in Gematria, so it has that feeling of the infinite, that figure 8 that looks like the infinity loop, and also the infinite, 1, the divine. And it's about contracts and commitments, and it looks a little bit like a marriage canopy, a chuppah. So there might be a commitment that's coming for you in this time of love, a commitment at least to yourself, if not to another person, a commitment to the divine. Making sure that you have the life within you and are really grasping that. that we have this sense of commitment to ourselves first, to the divine, and making a covenant with another person perhaps. And this is affiliated with the month of Tammuz, the month that was last month, which is also about the heat of the summer. So a lot of summer coming up here with this reading. We have, again, in the tarot, how I affiliate the Chet is with the devil card, which is about being contracted to something that maybe feels like an oppression, feels like you are chained, but you're actually free. So being aware of that. But it also can be about, the devil can be about letting go of restrictions, being uninhibited and finding pleasure. And I think I'm going to go with that reading right now, that there's life underneath all of this, that there's pleasure here. We have the letter Zayin, again, that is bringing us about the sovereignty of the situation and finding our rest in that sovereignty. Our fear or a challenge might be that an imbalance of power, or some kind of oppression that's coming, or maybe too much sun, too much light. And our outcome is the sense of life, that sense of contract, commitment, covenant, and that sense of no restrictions, that sense of letting go of your limitations and really leaning into pleasure right now. I think it's a beautiful reading. I was thinking about bringing out one more card from the Sovereign Oracle, just to give us one more little bit of reading on this. Let's give it a little shuffle and see what comes up. Just anything else that Spirit wants to give us today. I think this is the card that's jumping out. It's a shadow. Interesting. Shadow. False projections rule the day. Be lovingly inquisitive. Allow the hidden to be revealed and healed. Let the darkness serve to give definition to the light. So interesting. I didn't mention that Chet is also the first letter of the word Choshek, meaning darkness. And that there is this balance between life and darkness. Choshek is the shadow side of ourselves. And again, with this power and strength in the center, the darkness will give definition to the light, the sunshine here. So be aware of the shadow parts of this as well, as you're moving into Tu B'Av, and grasp your own sovereignty, whatever the case may be, and just hold on to life, hold on to that sense of inhibition being released and really leaning into pleasure. Let the shadow show you the light. That's one way to look at it. Thank you so much for following. Those of you who chose the Black-Eyed Susan today, I hope you enjoyed this reading and have a beautiful Tu B'Av. See you next time. Welcome flower number 2. Those of you who chose this beautiful pink rosebud, just came out of my garden. And as you may know, roses of course represent love. And pink roses in particular are about trust and really allowing trust in and trusting another. So that's our first part of the reading, is the rose of love and its perfect imperfection. There's some little imperfections on the petals, and I think that's wonderful because we're all perfectly imperfect the way we are in our lives. So trusting is important right now. Let's pull out 3 Hebrunes today. We're going to do a 3 Hebrun reading, and then we'll add a card at the end. What's up for love and Tu B'Av right now at this full moon time? At the top, we have the letter Nun. In the center, we have the letter Gimel. And at the bottom, we have the letter Het. All right, so the way I do these readings with the 3 Hebrunes is at the top is our current situation, in the center our fear or challenge, and at the bottom our advice or outcome. So coming in at the top, we have the letter Nun, and Nun is the letter that I think about as humility. It looks like somebody who is like kneeling down and bowing their head. It's the word Ne'aman, which means humbleness or loyalty, faithfulness. And it's also the first letter of the word Nes, meaning miracle. like in the dreidel where it says Nes Gadol Hayasham. Nes means miracle. So it's about miracles, and it's about humility. It's about showing up and really keeping a air of humbleness in the situation. And the rose is trusting, but it's also humble. This letter is also the foundation of locomotion in the Sefer Yetzirah, the Book of Creation version that I read. So starting off slowly, starting off at a measured pace, and then building up speed so that you have that consistency that comes with locomotion. And so it says right now, here we are, humble, bent, maybe not humiliated, but in a position of humility, and understanding that miracles occur, but we need to remain humble for them to show up. So the Nun is saying, yeah, stay humble where we are. There is abundance here. The Nun is also connected to the fish, so there may be some kind of abundance, and also that there's a miracle that's underlying this. If we remain truthful, if we remain steadfast and trustworthy, that a miracle can happen in our love situation here. So spend some time in solitude, perhaps considering whether things need to start slow, whatever relationship you're working on, whether that's a relationship with you and another person, or the divine, or just with yourself, spending time in solitude. Nun. Our fear or challenge, which is the center part of our reading, will have the letter Gimel. And interestingly, Gimel is also about forward movement, but it's about quick forward movement. So I think the warning here is, because this is a fear or challenge, is don't move too quickly. You'll notice that the Gimel looks a lot like the Nun. If you take off that little keel, it looks just like the Nun. But it's about propulsion forward by a seed, by something. The Yud that is the heel of this can also be considered the foundation of sexuality. So maybe don't jump forward so quickly into whatever relationship you're working on. The Gimel is about forward movement, and so maybe you're a little concerned about moving forward. Maybe it's not the right time, and you need to take your time and not to rush forward, but to start slowly with locomotion, like the Nun is saying here. The Gimel is also the letter that rules over the planet Jupiter in the sky. And I understand that Jupiter is doing something big right now in astrology. I don't really know very much about astrology, but I understand that there's a big Jupiter in Leo thing happening right now. So there's something about Jupiter that is up, and there's bigness about it, but there's a fear or challenge about that forward movement, about whether justice will be served right now in this moment. So be aware of how quickly you move on whatever it is you're moving forward for in love right now. Remain steadfast, remain trustworthy, and patient. I think patience is an important piece. And our outcome letter is the Chet. And Chet is the letter that begins the word Chai. It means life. So a lot about life right now. And this is also a marriage canopy. So it's a chuppah. So it's about contracts and commitments, and really being faithful, being committed to another person. And so there's an outcome here that says there's a commitment, and it could be a commitment to your own self. Since it's the number 8, it is affiliated with the infinite. The infinity loop, which looks like a sideways 8, is wrapped up in the Chet, and it's the infinite in terms of things will be very long lasting, but also the infinite one, the divine, is here underlying all of this. It's a foundation of speech, so being able to speak your truth as you move forward, and also just being aware that it's the first letter of the word choshek, meaning darkness. So there may be darkness, and it is that shadow side that helps us to see the light a little better. So don't be afraid, don't be concerned about the darkness. Just lean into the sense of life here, and lean into the sense of pleasure. I affiliate the Het with the Devil card in Tarot, which is about loosening up and really going into a place of unrestricted pleasure. And I think that's welcome right now. In the history of the holiday of Tu B'Av, women danced in the vineyards, and that was hardly ever done, right? So really enjoy yourself. Really enjoy yourself in this season. Yeah, and stay humble as you enter into any contracts or commitments, and don't rush it, but allow that pleasure, allow that life to come forward, allow that life force to come through, and the love will bloom and will be consistent and will be true. And we're going to pull out one card as well at the end here, just to get one more piece of information about the love reading that we're doing for Tu B'Av, for you who chose the rose today. I'm going to shuffle just a little bit more and see what card presents itself. I think we have this one, and it is Epiphany. It says, trust the aha. Don't wait for a download. Explore curiosities now, and the truth will find you. Ask your dreams to guide you to the answer. Epiphany. So, yeah, I'm really getting the sense that you should lean into that pleasure and trust any. Maybe sit with, in humility, sit in a kind of a quiet, silent place right now, and that you'll have something that will come to you. Listen to your dreams. And move forward, but move forward in a measured pace. The truth will find you, and you will know the way, and you will know the answer when it presents itself. Look for the epiphany, trust in it. And so that's your reading for those of you who chose the rose for this beautiful Tu B'Av holiday. Hope you'd enjoyed it, and I will look forward to seeing you here next time. Hello, flower number 3, those of you who chose the daisy. This is our beautiful daisy. It's perfectly imperfect. It's got a little bit of flaw on its petal, but it is perfect in itself. I love how they all look similar, but they're all different. It reminds me of the movie Harold and Maude, where he chooses to be a daisy because he says they're all the same, and she says no, they're not all the same. Look at how different they are if you look closely. And I think that's one of the messages here is, if you look closely at anything, you can see how unique and individual it is. And daisies represent innocence and new growth, new life. So that's our first message for you, is something innocent and something new is coming in. And we're going to pull out some Hebrunes as well. And let's see what they have. We're going to do 3 today. And starting at the top, we have the letter Ayin. In the center, we have Kuf. And at the bottom of our reading, we have the letter Shin. Okay, and so how I do these 3 Hebrew readings is, at the top, it's a position of where we are right now. In the center is our fear or challenge. And at the bottom is the outcome or advice for the situation. So starting in at the top, we have the Ayin coming down from above, and it is saying right now we're in a position of being able to see our way forward. Ayin is the eye in the body, and it is the number 70 in Gematria, so it has a sense of a big completion of some creative work. So you may have just come through some big creation, or you have become a great creation. 7 is the number of days of creation, and 10 times 7 is an ultimate manifestation of a creation, or the ending of a creation. So something may have just come to an end. Maybe it's a relationship, maybe it's something else, but some big thing has just completed itself. And Ayin is about looking back at that thing and making an assessment, being able to see, and also being watched over by divinity. So where you are right now is you're assessing and you're being watched over and you're seeing your way forward into the next thing. And I love that Ayin is the foundation of laughter in the Sefer Yetzirah version that I read, the Book of Creation. So the way I always think of that is when we can see where we've been and how things have turned out, we get to laugh about it, even if it's been challenging or difficult. But there's something big that's come to an end, or something big that's finished being created. And now we get to assess that, make a judgment. It's affiliated with the tribe of Dan. Dan means judgment in Hebrew. So we're judging right now and laughing. We're laughing about it. And I like that. I like that it's a review and a transition and a rite of passage and being able to see things clearly. So that's where we are right now in our situation, our love situation. And that could be a relationship with ourselves, could be a relationship with another, or it could be just a relationship with the divine. So we're assessing this and taking a look and seeing how things are going to turn out. And our fear or challenge in the situation, we have the letter Kuf. And Kuf is the first letter of the word Kadosh, or Kodesh, meaning sacredness or holiness. It's also the first letter of the word Kof, which means monkey. Kof is a monkey, so it's like this idea of a monkey mind. It looks a little bit like a monkey's tail coming down here as a monkey sitting on top of a pole. So we may be having a challenge with our monkey mind, jumping from one thing to another. We may be having a difficulty with the idea of our own animalistic nature and really being a primate of our own. But what we need to remember is that we are also sacred. And monkeys are sacred, and everything is sacred. Everything is made up of the divine. It's the first letter of the word klipa, which means shards or shells. There's a story about the divine light being contained in vessels that then shattered because it couldn't hold the light. And those shards are scattered throughout the universe, and they cause discomfort. But they're also made of divinity. Everything is made of divinity. So be aware that even if we are having a challenge with our animalistic nature, our human nature, and our holiness, that we can balance that. We have the ability. So that's our challenge right now, is how do we balance those two things? And our outcome is the Shin, and Shin is the mother letter of fire. It's the letter that's affiliated with the summer in the year, so it's perfect for this particular reading in the northern hemisphere. The Shin is about the sun and the moon and the stars and fire, Aish itself. It's about the presence of the divine, the Shekhinah. And it's about passion. It's about wholeness, Shalom. It's about change, Shini. It's about transformation through fire. And the head in the body. Ideas and passion and anger even. But passion, because we're talking about love readings, I think we're talking about the passion of love. And so it's a beautiful reading to end up with Shin and passion here, and summer and heat. We're being watched over by divinity. We're struggling with our holiness versus our animal nature, and we're coming to a place of wholeness and peace and passion in all of this. Fantastic reading. And we're going to pull out one more card here at the end, just to give us a little bit more clarity about what we need to remember as we look at our love in Tu B'Av. And we have this card. It says initiate. Nice. Just get started. A beginning only takes a moment. Assign yourself the title now, initiate. Choose to align with the joyful discovery that awaits you on the journey ahead. Initiate. And I love that because we are at this point just starting, and this daisy is about new beginnings. So initiate what you need to initiate. See your way forward. Know that the sacredness is here, even in the animalistic, and hold on to that passion. Claim the passion of this season. Thank you so much for watching. Those of you who chose the daisy, have a beautiful Tu B'Av, and we'll see you here next time.